Hey team, you already know it's time to tear all of this shit down. Let's go. Front and rear valve cover install, NWP spacing kit, upper and lower intake manifold swap, block off plate. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go for the gains and let's get this shit in order. Alright, so we in here team, tearing it down. Pull that intake out, dismantling the upper intake manifold. About to get back here so I can fight with these damn hoses and plugs on this bracket. Like, I could really see nobody's really been in here to like really touch this shit, so it's probably got, you know, intake leaks and all sorts of shit, whatnot, what have you. But we just gonna really check everything one time, get in here. Y'all know what it is, team. Let's do it. Yo, team, this is how I know ain't nobody fuck with this shit like that. Pardon my Swahili. So, if you can see right down there, anyone that's going to take off their intake manifold, and it's the first time you're ever taking off your 6th gen intake manifold, and you took all the bolts off, right? And you're wondering, why the fuck is this shit not coming off and it's not budging? There's 3 bolts in the back, right? Which one I already took off. That one is holding in your high pressure power steering hose. Then these other 2 bolts are to this fucking bracket that's in the back. That's a pain in the ass. So it's right there. These 2 bolts, you can come in from the right and get those. I believe those are 2 12mm bolts. Let's get those shits out the way and get it going. Oh my fucking goodness, yo. Team, nevertheless to say, you can get this shit off. These 2 bolts right here that are on the back are a pain in the ass, yo. It's 2 12mm bolts that are on the back that secure the upper intake manifold to a factory bracket that's on the back. And if you've never done your rear spark plugs, you've probably never taken those 2 bolts out from that bracket to really move your intake manifold. So now all I need to do is take these last 2 coolant hoses at the bottom of the throttle body out. This shit'll come out and everything else shall progress as normal. Let's go. All right, team, motivation and progression. So intake, upper, out, it's fucking bracket, I swear, yo, pain in the ass. So now everything else is pretty much straightforward. Let me just get in here and start locking and loading and start really ripping all of this shit out. So I'll feel better about myself in the morning when it's time to go to work. Let's go. Hey team, progression. Slow progress is better than none at all. Got stuck in a couple of parts, like this fucking one damn spark plug. I don't know who put that shit on. Shit was fucking Arnold. But that shit was on hella snug, yo. I had to break out the breaker bar for that shit. But rear valve cover off. Y'all see where we at, man. No games. No games with it. Let's go. So let me go and break out my other rear valve cover. But before I do that, let me clean all this shit off. Clean the ports off and all of that. And make it nice, clean, ready for the next joint. Let's go. Let's go. Already. Rear valve, I got it in. I just need to tighten it down. Again, don't forget to put the silicone in the front left and then the rear left of it and the back portion in. Did that already. So now I'm just about to bolt it down in sequence and let's go. You already know. Yep, you already know, team. So we got that new PCV valve. Know what I'm saying? Unpainted on the left, old one on the right. Let's get it. You know what I mean? It's been in there too long. It's worn all the way down, damn near. Booyah. See that? Let's go. Pow! Motherfuckers, I'm back. Shit! Alright, so this is where I left it off from yesterday, my guys. Shit, just with little inclement weather, kind of had me postpone my shit. Rained on my parade, as one would say. But nevertheless, out here, ready to go. About to finish this shit off, man. Take off this lower intake manifold. Let's rock out, no? Knock this shit out and do the swap. Let's go. Just like that. Snatch the fuck out of that shit, dog. Let's go. So, lower intake manifold out. Just need to get over my back just so I can vacuum all of this. This shit is filthy, dog. Ain't nobody been in this shit, man. Fucking Charlotte's Web all up in this motherfucker. This shit crazy. Straight up. Let's clean this valleys. Let's do it. Alright, team. Looking good right now. Everything fresh to death. Now just to get this lower intake manifold ready. Get the spacing kit lined up with the right ports. And let's get ready to get this silicone on here. Y'all already know, lock and load, reverse process. Let's get this bitch back together. Oh, I'm ready to have this bitch running. Let's go. Alright, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Spacing kit, everything. Definitely figured out which one goes where and how. So now, just to get my gloves and get this silicone on here. Nice, thin paper joints on both sides. So we can get ready to lock it down. And you already know, team. Time to take this shit in reverse order, man. Let's get it. It's happening. Swap. Let's go. You already know, team. So we got my lower intake manifold with the spacing kits on, that thin paper sheet of RTV silicone, and now I'm about to lower it in. Let's take the shop towels out, and let's get ready to get it. Looking good right now. Let's go, team. Looking righteous. I got the bolts in there, but I haven't locked anything down yet. Just wanted to kind of get everything in there and get the bolts going all hand tight first, or like get the threads with the fingers first. So now I know I'm not cross threading anything, being that I can't really see the bolt go down, you know, into the hole itself, but I can feel it with my finger. And now with everything already finger tight to a degree, like screwed down already by finger, so I know it's already threaded. Now I can come in with my ratchet and just tighten it, and then now I can come in with my torque wrench right after that and torque it down to specs. Let's get it. All right, team, got my torque wrench, got my joint set. So now for my first initial lock with all of the 4 nuts, 4 bolts, I am going to tighten them down to 10 foot-pounds. Once I tighten them down to 10 foot-pounds, I'm gonna come back around and then I'm gonna tighten them down between 22 and 23 foot-pounds. And that's gonna be the torque specs for your lower intake manifold. We are torqued down to specs. My last torque with my torque wrench was 22. Oh, there we go. 22 foot-pounds. Oh, just to be on the safe side, I didn't want to make it too tight. Nice. I didn't want to make it too tight and you know, over torque it. So went with the lower end, 22 foot-pounds, and we are torqued down. Let's get ready to get this upper intake manifold on here. You already know what time it is. Let's start putting some shit back together. Let's go. So what's shaking, team? I know y'all probably looking like, yo, you should have been done by now, but what I actually ended up doing right quick while I was looking at the fuel injectors, I actually ended up purging the fuel out of my system right quick and seeing what was good with changing my fuel injectors. So of course y'all know on the Maxima, the automatic Max, I had the Bosch EV14 flow matched fuel injectors. So I'm figuring they did me justice on the automatic. I'll swap them over to the manual. So we'll see what's up. You know what I mean? Let's see. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Coming along slowly but surely. So silicone, everything in. I just tightened it down. I'm about to tighten it down to specs in a minute. But just to kind of let it cure a little bit while it's tight, I'm gonna go and put the hoses on the back, do that. And then once I do that, let's start reassembling, putting the cold air intake back and putting the battery on, and we're pretty much done, team. You know what I mean? Hell of a swap. Just wanted to keep y'all in here. You know, couple of hiccups or a few extra things that came along the way that I really wasn't expecting, but well prepared, man. Well prepared. Let's get it, team. So putting back in this EGR valve, got some fresh EGR valve gaskets, 2 of those, 1 for each side. Let's go, team. You know what I mean? Just a real quick install. Throw this bitch back together, let it sit for a few. Yeah, ready to start it. See what it sound like. You already know. Your boy Sir V, aka that OG, on it. Back like we never left. You feel me? Get in there, baby. Get in there. A few more intricate details to get me back. Oh man, B, starting to look like that Silver Surf already. But let's get it, team. Upper and lower intake manifold, NWP spacing kit installed. Y'all already know, B, it's game time. I'm gonna let this shit sit for about an hour, come back, start it up. I got my scan tool in my back seat, so I'll double check. Just make sure, you know, no check engine light, we don't have no leaks. If need be, I'll do the idle air relearn process, and we'll see what's up. You already know, team, it's your boy. Stay tuned. Views VQ all day, baby. So yeah, what's shaking, team? I went to go start up the car, and in lieu of starting it up, I smelled hella fuel while I was in the cabin. So come to find out, this fucking fuel injector right here, the rubber grommet up top, is leaking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take the air consister off right quick in the module, and then I'm just gonna disconnect the rail. I already took off my negative battery terminal, and just unplug these right quick. All right, team, so what I just ended up doing was taking out this fuel injector. This was the one that was leaking. Came over here, took out this fuel injector. It looks like this rubber grommet was what was leaking. If you can see, it looks like it's torn right over here, so you can see where the fuel was leaking out. So I'm gonna have to definitely buy another one. So I'm see if I could probably just buy another little kit, and I'll actually just use the kit on the old fuel injectors and just spruce those up, since these are good over here. Just besides that one rubber grommet, everything else is good. So let's get it popping, team. That was the small little mishap with the car. Why not running properly last time? I'm gonna start this bitch up. So let's get it on. Alright, team. So I did the swap on it. Beautiful thing is that now that I swapped it, the big thing from yesterday when I swapped this is that now I don't see like any fluid like dripping out. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't wet at all. So that was probably my fatal flaw from yesterday, is that I seen this fuel injector getting a little wet, or it looked moist as I was putting everything back together yesterday, and I really didn't think anything of it, being that I just swapped the fuel injectors. But now, taking a look, you can clearly see where the fuel had leaked out, and it fucked up a little bit of the paint job on the lower intake manifold. Kind of tight about that, but I'm not even tripping. Could have been way worse, team. But got the fix on that, so no leaks. So you could wiggle it back and forth and getting it in its place. It didn't leak at all, so good to go. Let's just tighten everything down and let's start it up. So shaking, team. I don't know if y'all be able to see it, man, but I swear I fucking cursed myself. No sooner than I say, yeah, you know, thank God the shit is on the front, I go and I'm trying to look at the back, trying to see if I could see it from that same angle. Because I still smell gas, and I cleaned everything up. And then when I look in the back, I see it's wet, like back here. So it's the fuel injector right here. Shit, yo. I took my fucking torque wrench and all that shit the fuck upstairs, bro. Fuck. Bro, I Don't play with fuel, man. Oh. Shit is wet. Fuck, I can't get a shot. Alright, team, yo, I couldn't get a shot, but fuck me, Freddy, dog. It's looking like I'm gonna have to take off this upper intake manifold, man, and fucking get back here again so I can check for this rear fucking fuel injector, man. I still smell fuel. I see the shit is wet right here at the bottom. Like, I'm trying to see if I could pan in for you guys. But I could see this fuel injector right here on the back right is leaking as well. As I look on the other side, everything else is dry. Everything else is looking good. You know, I can see the fuel injector right down there. You know what I'm saying? Everything is straight. Let's see, look at that. It's not giving me that shit straight. Ah, man. Oh, shit, man. Just when you think you're fucking done, there's always something that draws you back, man. I still smell the fuel, so I know that, yeah, this is a fuel leak somewhere, man. You know what I mean? And it's that fuel injector right here on the back right, that first one. So I gotta see what's up. Yeah, team, you already know, man. Tear down is real. Back in here like I never fucking left. Jesus Christmas. So took the intake manifold, the up intake manifold out, kind of dismembered everything right quick. 1, 2, 3. You know, once you take that back bracket off and disconnect the high pressure power steering hose, yeah, the shit is like 1, 2, 3 to take off. So now let me just get this off so I could clean this as well. I'm gonna take these 4 bolts out for the fuel railing. Once I take those out, let me get to this specific fuel injector back here that was giving me the trouble. You fucking prick. And yes, knock that shit out. Let's go. All right, team, so fuel injector fixed. When I pulled both of these on the back, I clearly seen that the upper O-rings were damaged. They were torn. So I see where the leaks and stuff was coming from. I definitely see where my mistakes was in my haste, I guess, in my frustration and aggravation of dealing with, you know, going with everything. I definitely overlooked that because that was definitely blatant as soon as I took it out. Or possibly it could have ripped on the entry, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, got that done, everything taken care of. I'm about to just clean the top of this because everything else is flush. Like, the bottom portion of this shit is so flush. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm gonna just clean the top of that, gasket remover, steel brush, got my shop towels, clean that shit off right quick. Get ready, yo. Just throw this shit back on so we can get it going, team. You already know. Finally, shit, for the break. Yeah. Only thing I'm really looking at right now probably is a high idle, which is still Gucci. Yeah. No leaks though. So now I start everything back up. I see my idle is definitely way higher than normal, and my check engine definitely came on. Let's see. Idle air system, there we go. So higher than expected. I just got to do the idle air relearn. I'm about to bang that out right now. Let's get it. Hey team, just wanted to show y'all I did the idle air relearn. RPMs came back down. It only took me one time to do it. It's really not that hard. I don't know. I might make a vid, show you guys how to do it. But I mean, there's plenty of vids up there online. But did the idle air relearn. My idles dropped my idle when I first started the car, and I fixed the ignition. I'm sorry, the fuel injectors. It was idling somewhere between 13 and 1500 RPMs. Now you see it's right where it should be. I still have to check engine light though, because I didn't reset anything. So I definitely will do that right now. Got my scan tool, and let's do that right now. Let's see what we get. All right, team, just to give y'all that quick follow-up. As y'all can see, idle is where it needs to be. No check engine light. That's what it was. I got a P0603, a P0507, and then I had a C1131. But ever since I did the idle air relearn, everything smoothed out. 6.9 miles in, everything is looking all right, or you know, a mile and some change in. I mean, I guess once I go to work in the morning, I'll see how we panning out. But everything as of right now, feeling good. Feel like this shit is pulling hella strong, man. I can't wait to get the exhaust, get the coilovers, put the last little finishing touches, man. You already know, it's your boy Survey, aka that OG. Stay tuned, lock and load, you already know, man.